Hey, what's going on, guys? Coming at you with a deck profile update, and today I'll be showing you guys my barrier statues. So this should be the last update on this build I give you guys in a while, since this is the third time I'm profiling this deck in the span of a couple weeks. But I really do love this deck. I've been testing it out a lot, been tweaking it to try to make it consistent build. And I feel like I've come to with this build the most consistent build I can possibly have, and one that can actually not only establish a strong board, but also hopefully keep that established board to just stun the opponent. So starting off, the monster lineups are all the same. The 8 bigger statues, of course, the 2 water, 2 earth, 2 fire, and 2 wind to make up the Avatar universe. And then finally, the free Fossil Dyna to round out the monsters. For spells, we have the Free Moon Mirror Shield. As I've said every time, the best card in the deck. Just basically makes your guys immune to battle, makes it to where your small guys can punch over anything by 100 points. So Moon Mirror is just really good, and it can easily recycle itself too when it's destroyed, which is also really nice. The Free Messenger piece to also protect your guys from battle, and your guys can easily attack under this since none of them are at 1500 or higher. The Free Pod Duality, since we will never Spell Summon this deck and we just need to get to those combo cards. The Free Upstart Goblin for the same purpose. We don't really care about giving our opponent life, we're just looking to lock him out of the game, so Upstart's just there to get to those cards we need. Then for one of those, we have the 1 day piece and 1 Raigeki. For traps, we have the Triple Dark Bribe. This, of course, protects you from MSTs, Dark Holes, Raigekis, Torrentials, Mirror Forces, just so many things that can give your deck a problem. Dark Bribe does stop. Then for the new card that I put in here, it's the Free Safe Zone. This card's probably the second best card in the deck, honestly, because this just protects your barrier statues and your Fossil Dyna from just about anything. Cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects, cannot be destroyed by battle. The only downside is that monster can't attack directly, and then when Safe Zone dies, the monster dies. But you can actually use that clause to your advantage, because if your opponent does say, blind MST it or another effect like Slip Rider, you can chain this on one of their monsters, and then when this dies, the monster will die with it. So Safe Zone can, in some situations, be used for monster removal as well, but most of the time you're using it to protect your guys, and there's still a lot of decks that have a hard time getting over this without an MST, so Safe Zone's just really good. Then we have the 2 Blazing Mirror Force and the 2 Mirror Force for more protection from battle. The 2 Scrap Iron Scarecrow, had to cut it down from 3 to 2 to make room for the 3rd Safe Zone, but since Safe Zone also does protect from battle, I feel like it's not as needed, the 3rd Scrap Iron, but it's still a pretty good card. Then for one of those, we have the 1 Bottomless. This is good because a lot of decks have normal summons that are 1500 or more, so you can get rid of those with Bottomless. Also, if, say, you're going against a Pendulum matchup and they're able to get over one of your barrier statues or your Fossil Dyna, you can stun them really well by Bottomlessing their entire Pendulum summon and just really putting them in a bad position. Then we have the 1 Ring. Similar to Blazing Mirror Force, it just helps speed up the game since this deck does very little damage at a time most of the time. And finally, the 1 Solemn Warning. So that's it for main deck. Total 40 cards. It's 11 monsters, 14 spells, and 15 traps. Now on to the side deck, which I believe is pretty much the same. So we have the 1 Neospatian Grand Mole, basically a 4th Moon Mirror Shield that can bounce away any problematic monsters. It can bounce away set monsters as well. You can just keep using it turn after turn. It's really good to use if you have a barrier statue or Fossil Dyna already on the field. Then the 1 Thunder Cane, since it is another anti-meta monster that you can normal summon to stop those searches, and can also stop an inherent summon as well. The free MST for back row. The 1 Dark Hole to get rid of problematic monsters, especially if you're going second. The 1 Dimensional Fissure to lock people out of the graveyard. The 2 Breakthrough Skill for effect negation. 2 Chaos Trap Hole to stop Denko mostly, but other light and dark based monsters as well. The 2 Mind Crush to snipe away cards from the hand that can give you a problem, especially in the Magician matchup when they use Pendulum Call to search Dragon Pit and Dragon Pulse Magician. You can use this to kind of get those out of the hand, since those are cards that give this deck a problem. Then we have the 1 Macro and 1 Soul Drain, just for more cards that lock out the graveyard. So now to wrap it up with the extra deck, which is pretty much irrelevant. I maybe gone into it once or twice in really awkward emergency situations, but you really don't need to have it. It's just something that I kind of like to have to bluff my opponent game 1, or just to have in case I do need it for some weird situation. So of course it's all staple rank 4s. Abyss Dweller, Karen Gorgon, Castel, Dark Rebellion, Diamond Dyer, Cowboy, Samurai, Pearl, 101, Ragna Zero, Utopia, Black Ship, Rhapsody Berserk, and then finally Ptolemaeus and Diamond. So that is it for this updated deck profile of my barrier statues. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.